Okay, let's get this going. Okay. All right. Greetings from Poland. Greetings to you, sir. Greetings to you. I'm just waiting for some people to jump in here. I had one guy. He's not here right now. So basically what I'm going to cover here is just basic HTML and stuff like that. Basic HTML, CSS, just some things to get you going, and then we'll just go from there. My new fancy chat theme. I love it. Took me all night, but I love it. Okay. Come on, peeps. Where are you at? Hello, Jen. How are you? How are you? Hello, hello. Okay. Just give it another minute here. Get things going. And you know what? I'm going to get another tab over here, because that might be useful. Hey, how are you? Deleting old tabs from forever ago. How are you? How are you? Just fixing some things real quick. Get going here in a second. Sorry, I'm just fixing a few things. I've got this new theme and I want to fix something real quick. Okay. Oh, that didn't work. I'll have to fix that later. Why did that happen? Crap. Alright, I'll fix that later. What's up? There we go. Now we got some people in here. Cool. Cool. Oh, your English is fine. So this is kind of the beginning to that, because let's see. Okay, can you make a video about how to start with hacking? I want to learn much of hacking, but my country is so bad for this. Sorry, my bad English. Sorry. So basically what I'm doing right now is teaching you web programming, which is a big part of hacking. So it's a good foundation for anybody to get started. So basically that's what you're gonna want to know, is to start right where I'm about to show you. So we need a program to program in. So there's a lot of these programs. You can use a regular text editor, you can use Notepad++, you can use regular Notepad, you can use my favorite, Brackets, which is brackets.io. Wait, that's not right. Crap. There we go. Brackets.io. It's free. Adobe actually owns this now. Adobe ended up buying this, I believe. But yeah, you can download this for free. It's a text editor. It's great for, oops, I don't want to click that. It's really good for this kind of thing. So I've got it open here. And this is kind of the screen you'll see if you are using this, but we're going to make a new site. So we're going to hit new, and we can close these because these are for the getting started, and I'm just going to get rid of, oops. Oh, that's right. I didn't do that right. All right. I'm gonna find a place to make a folder, and I'm just going to make a new folder right on my desktop called YouTube web tutorial. That's probably way too long, but I'll just do web tutorial. That'll work. And then inside we want to make a styles folder, a JavaScript folder, an images folder, and we'll start with those, and that'll just save us some time. That'll just save us some time in the future if we just start with those. We don't have to worry about anything, because that's a pain in the ass. You could do another folder for all of your HTML documents, but it's yeah, we can do that. It's just one more extension you have to add when you're linking a page, and it's just kind of a pain in the ass. So let's see, what is, all right, so open folder. We're gonna open our new folder here, which is right on the desktop, and we need to click on that, and our new folder is here. You can see our the folders within the folder are here. Do all websites are made with CMS? No, not all websites are made with CMS. CMS is more like just like a, how do I explain it without, all websites have HTML and CSS, if that helps. But CMS is more like, content management system isn't always used in a website, so no, they're not all made with it. Sorry, I kind of stumbled on that whole thing. But no, they're not all made with it. All right, so we're going to make a new file, and we're going to want to save this, and we're going to save it as index.html. And what we need to do is we need to start with, actually, let me tell you a handy little website here, which is a really great starting place. Oops, I don't know why this went full screen. Didn't want that. All right, I gotta remember what it is. It's not wrong to use CMS in a website, just not all of them use it. All right. What was it called? Crap. One second, I'm sorry. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. See, this is exactly why I have a donation goal up top for better internet. But anyway, all right, now that we're up and running, let me know if everything sounds okay. Is everything all right? Hopefully it is. What's up, boy? I'm trying to find, I can't find it, but right now it shouldn't matter. There's a, I can't remember the name of it. There's a website that has a set of code that you can copy and paste into HTML into a CSS file, and it just gives you a really good starting point with it gives you like a good starting point with like code and stuff, gives you a good template for keeping everything responsive and you know, stuff like that. And I don't think W3 gives you a code, does it? Do they have a template? Oh, that's not the type of template. That's a designed template. I mean just the back-end code stuff. But let's make this, I can make this easier to see by increasing the font size, so don't worry. Oops. Alright, default preferences. Also, because I do want to change this theme to dark. Because this will kill my eyes. Just kidding. Theme. Dark. Font size. 18. There we go. That'll make it easier to see. Yes. Close. I don't need a sign. I think that should be okay. I can make it bigger if need be. Let me see how this looks. Alright, I'll make it a little bit bigger. Make it 20 pixels. Alright. 20 pixels, plus this will just make it easier to keep things organized. So if you guys are here and you're advanced and you're expecting crazy PHP and Java and all that, you're not going to find it. That is for later. You have baby steps. Baby steps. So we have to start with HTML tags. These are what tells the computer this is HTML code. So you start with that. And then you want to indent. I like to indent and keep things separate and organized. You don't have to. It's just a habit of mine. It's good programmer habit to do that and to keep your code organized and stuff like that. I like to do it. So we're going to need a head tag, and I'll explain what these are. We're going to need a body tag and a title tag. I forgot the title tag. Hi, hello, sir. Okay, I do want to open this up because somebody brought it up earlier, and I appreciate it. Let me load it up. I'm going to show you a site called W3 Schools and what it is used for. It'll be your best friend. W3schools.com. Well, first let me put our. So whenever I have a tag, inside a tag, I like to indent. So title tag here, and then we'll have the body tag here. And it's okay if you space a bunch, and you don't have to do this. I am just picky. Oops, these are not right. There we go. So you don't have to do this. I just do it because that's how I work. All right, so I'm going to show you this site real quick. And this site is going to be your best friend because you're going to forget things. I forget things. I'm probably going to forget them while I'm here. I'm probably going to have to look up some things because that's just how it works with web programming. You forget the easiest things you can forget. You could forget where the title tag goes. You could forget what an H1 is, like the simplest little things because there's so much. Basically, you can come here, and the thing I use this mainly for is for their validator, and I'm trying to find the validator. I might just have to Google it. Alright, here it is. It's validator.w3.org. And I usually do direct input just because it's easier to, you know, copy and paste it right here. So if I just take all this and I just paste this right in and click check, it's going to tell me everything that's wrong. And it's going to say that I need doc type HTML. So we need to add doc type. See, one of those little things that I forgot. There. Now it should like me. Oops, I closed the site, didn't I? Alright, so now it's just bitching because my title tag is empty, but that's fine. I was just showing you how this works. So, alright, so let's make this Zoom screen. You need it bigger? I recommend watching this on your computer if you can. I'll make this text bigger. Alright, so title tag, let's name it YouTube tutorial. And right here in the upper right hand corner there is a little lightning bolt, and that will let us live check our site. So, oh shit, my mouse is freaking out. Alright, so right up here in this tab, I'm going to try and zoom in on this if I can. It says YouTube tutorial right here. I can't, god damn it. So this title tag will change what the tab says basically. And then you can also get a new favicon. We'll go into that way later, later in the game. And yeah. Okay. So that's it for our head tag for now. Let's get something in here that we can see. Well, there's one more thing we want to do. We want to hit new file, and we're going to save this, and we're going to call it, we're going to put it right in our styles folder, and we're just going to call this styles.css, and I'm actually going to keep that lowercase because that is standard. And we need to link this CSS file to our index file, and we do that by creating a link tag, and the link tag goes in the head tag as well. So we create a link, and there's no end to it, so we type in rel style sheet to let it know what type of file it's looking for, type, the type of the file, and then the link, the href, and we're going to click styles and styles. And so this just linked our CSS file here. So if I go ahead and I type in, and I'll explain all this later, and I type in background color black, and I hit save on this and click preview. Oops, wrong one. Save on this and hit preview. It won't work because why would it? There it is. Alright, so this changed to black here. So if I actually move this in, And let's get this back. Missed something? Joined the stream a second ago. Yeah, I'm just teaching some basic web programming. This will be live after, so you can always watch this afterwards. Sorry you missed it. Alright, so we'll put our website here just for reference. And if I come back to the styles and I make this blue, it live updates. And we can go through all these different colors. But we're gonna just, let's go black. Let's do a white text on black. It'll make it look nicer, a little easier to read for some of you guys too. So that is the body tag. Now I'm going to go into CSS more in a second. Alright, so far we have the HTML tag, which tells the computer what kind of file this is. We have the head tag, which keeps things like meta tags, title tags, link tags. We have the body tag, which is where all of our code is going to go. And then we have HTML ending tag, which goes to this, and again, every time there's a tag inside something, I always indent it, and since these aren't inside each other, I keep them at the same level, so hopefully that makes sense. Every tag has an ending for the most part, except for some, yeah, so I think, let me see. Alright, stream's still looking good, so that's helpful. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for joining the stream. Alright, so next thing we want to do is let's create a tag called H1. So in H1 tag, there's H1, there is H2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the smaller the number, the bigger the text. So if we say YouTube tutorial, and we go back here and we refresh, oops, save this, refresh this. Oh, I gotta change the text color because we set the background to black. So we're gonna just come in here and type in color white. We're just gonna reverse everything. There we go. There's our H1 tag. And what I'm gonna do for you is I will actually move this in like this, and we're just gonna copy this, and we will, oops, we will copy this, damn it, paste, oh, shit. Well, I'm gonna delete these anyway, so we'll just paste a bunch, and we'll make this one H2, and this one H3, H4, H5, and 6. Delete this line, come over here and do the same thing over here, and save this. And we're going to actually have to come in here, and we can actually do this all on the same line, which is really helpful. We're going to be deleting most of these anyway, but there we go. So you can see H1 is here, H2, H3, 4, 5, and 6. So those are all the different H tags you can have, and of course these can be changed with you know, like text align center, and then if we, that'll put them in the center, which we're going to keep, but we're going to delete all of those. We're just going to keep the H1 for now, and we're going to delete all of these because we don't need them anymore, and that'll update that. So what I'm going to do basically is I'm just going to make like a basic 3-page site. It'll have a home, about, a contact. It'll be super simple. But let's stylize the H1 a little bit. Let's text decoration, and we'll give it an underline. And I'm going to go back and explain the layout of this. How can I add an underline to that text? Hey, look at that. I just did it. Oops. Underline. There we go. There we go. So we just got an underline, and you can actually change the line height of this, and if we do that, 2 points, I think that should work. Yeah, so that'll move it up, and stuff like that. So line height's good if you need to do, you know, -10 points, and we'll go over points and pixels in a little bit. You can make it really low. I don't really recommend making it, oops, save. Oh, it's not gonna let me because each element has a box And I'll show you that in a second too. So if we go over here, and I know I'm moving a little fast, but I'm gonna go back. I'm opening the developer tools in Google Chrome, and I wanna make this the dark theme as well. Here we go. All right, so here's our code actually, right here. This is everything we typed. It does add a little bit of its own thing. Because it is Google's developer program, so it does add this data brackets ID and data brackets ID 400. That's just its own automatic thing. We didn't type that. But if we grab this right here, and Firefox has a similar thing. So if you are using Firefox, you've got a similar thing. If you're using Chrome on Mac, it's Command-Shift-C to open that up. If you're on Windows, it's Control-Shift-C, I think. And I'm not entirely sure what it is on Firefox, but if you go up to like View and then Developer Tools or something, it shouldn't be hard to find. So every element you put in HTML is a block element. And you can see right here, this is just an H1, but it's got its own block here. The blue is a block. And then if I highlight the text, it's got its own block in there. And so if we come down here, I know it's hard to see because I'm keeping this. Can I move this to the bottom? No, it's not going to let me. Pain in the ass. All right. I'd like to move this to the bottom, but I will just make this big for the time being because it doesn't matter. So if I click on this H1 right down here, it'll open up my, and this is nothing you really need to see, so I'm not going to be worried about zooming in. But if we just quickly change the line height, which isn't taking it anyway, because it's too, oh, Google isn't taking it. There we go. Pixels, that's why it doesn't take point values for this. That's why that wasn't working. So yeah, you can change the line height there. And I don't ever use the line height option very much. Oops, and move this over here. Just because I like to align things by aligning the blocks, because one, it's easier for me, and I just don't like line height. I feel like the other way, it's a little more it's a little more I don't know, accurate, I guess. So let's add our links below. So if we want to add a link, it's super easy. You just make an A tag, and oops, this isn't working. That is not. Is this online still? Yes. Okay. For some reason, it looked like it was not online. So, can we make the text clickable? Absolutely. So, I'm going to get into that. So, let's do that now, actually. Yeah, let's turn this A tag and make the title return home. That way, if the user is at any other point in the site, they can click YouTube tutorial and it brings them back to the home. So if we come right out here and we open an A tag, we're going to need to move this to the end of it, so it's wrapping around the H1 tag. And for this, for things simple like an A tag, I don't always, indent it. If it's in the same line like this, the tags I indent are the main big tags like body and head and paragraph tags and stuff like that. So adding an A around it, and we refresh this. Oops, I gotta save that. Refresh this. You're not gonna see anything, but once I type href equals, and we'll just keep it at 0 for now, save this, you can see how the cursor changes to a hand. See right there, the cursor changes to a little clickable hand, and you can click that all you want. It's not going to do anything because we didn't put a link in, but the link we're going to put in is just index.html, because our home page, as you can see right up here, is index.html. So if we refresh this, you can click it, but it's just going to keep returning to index.html. Now if we change this to, let's say, contact, and we save that and we refresh here, and we click this, it's going to bring us to a contract. Oops. Well, it doesn't matter. It's going to bring us to a page that we don't have because it can't find it, and which is why it says cannot get, because we don't have that page. So we then keep that at index.html. Now, on some pages, you might want something to open in a new tab, and you can do that by typing in target _blank. And the great thing about brackets is it auto completes this stuff, which is really helpful. So if you hit target complete blank, that's also a really good way of testing this link, because if we click it and it opens the same thing in a tab, we know it worked. So see, we can click it over and over, and we can just constantly open tabs of the same link while keeping this open. If you remove this, then again, it won't open in a new tag, and we will just be stuck here at the same, I forgot to refresh it. We'll be stuck here at the same page over and over again, and we won't be able to go anywhere. So the next thing we're going to want to do, and it makes this super easy, and it's probably not something you need to do right in the beginning, but it's something to quickly go over. And that is a footer tag. And what I usually do is I make the top and the bottom at the same point, and then I can make sure things are working together. I'm making them responsive. Now this site isn't exactly going to be responsive. It isn't exactly going to work with all devices. To make things responsive and work with all devices, it's kind of a little more complicated. So we're going to save that for later. I'm going to space that out, space this out a little bit, give me some playing room. I like to keep things very organized, but oops, this is not tabbed. There we go. So footer tag basically just tells it, hey, this is the footer. So we can put anything we want in here. So if we put in H6, and we just say YouTube tutorial, and we can do fancy stuff like add slashes, and we can add, or we can do this, we can do lines, and we can do, we can say subscribe to Ben Palladino, and I will show you how we can use tags to benefit things like this. And so I can hit subscribe to Ben Palladino. We'll wrap it around this whole thing, and we will type in href youtube.com/MrMeltedGore, because that was my old. Actually, you know what? We're going to add this extension just because you don't need to for most websites. You never have to do that, but we will for the sake of this. And right here you can see it's there, and you're probably wondering, hey, why is this blue? Why is it tiny? And why is it underlined and clickable and tiny and not centered and all that? And that's because it is within a footer. It is an H6, and we actually haven't changed how A tags look yet. And let's actually indent this and indent this, and then I will. No, I won't indent that. There we go. The reason this is kind of grouped up weird is because I have the text size really big so you guys can see it better. But, fuck, is this offline again? Crap. Why is my streaming so annoying? Am I still good? Can someone please message and say? Also, if you guys wouldn't mind liking this video, that would be very helpful. Okay, so anyway, back to what I was saying. This text is blue, it's tiny, it's aligned left, it's clickable, but nothing happens yet. Well, if something does happen, it brings me to my YouTube, which isn't working. What the hell? This is weird. What's happening? All right, we'll try this, I guess. Copy and paste the link directly. Oh, I forgot user and all that fancy stuff. There we go. Click this. And it brings me to my YouTube channel. It shows my live stream here. My subscribers, all my links like Patreon and Twitch and Twitter and stuff like that. You guys should check those out. It shows, you know, my channel art and everything which needs to be updated. So we come back here and let's stylize this footer. If we come right into here, we can actually just add to this, and I can type H6, and that'll keep it to the same you know, formatting and stuff like that. Now the problem is, since this is an A tag, it's not going to act like this one because it is within the footer. So if we add footer here, this should, nope, it didn't. I didn't think it would, but I was hoping it would. I was hoping that would change the text as well. So we're gonna have to actually format our A tags, which is fine. We'll just change the color to white, and we'll just change that, save that, and there we go. We've got our link at the bottom, and I can space that there to add the space in between. And I can even add more space if I want to, but I'm not going to worry about it now. And actually, this is too small, so let's make it an H4. H4, and save and refresh. But that won't work because we stylized this to H6. So we just changed that to H4, and we refresh, and there it is. So we have this again. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this text so it's all caps as well. And we save that, refresh this, and now it's a little, I don't know if I like that. We'll change the font later. So I guess for now we won't have it all caps because it looks weird. I like to have all caps for footers. Sometimes it looks pretty good. Depending on what you're doing. We save that, we refresh, and there we go. We got our new footer. This part isn't clickable, but this part is. So yeah, there we go. Anybody have any questions yet? Anybody have any questions? Whew. Change the heading color, sir. Okay. What color would you like? I could change it to anything you want. I can change it to teal, which is going to change this, but we can fix that. Can you put image there? Yeah, we'll get to that. We will put an image right in the center. What color do you want the text? And then we will go over changing all of that. Now I know you said just the heading, and that's fine, and we can do that. Yeah, and then we'll go over images. So let's change the heading color up to what you want. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna copy and paste this whole section. I'm going to remove H1, and I'm going to remove H4. And now we've got our own separate editable sections of code for each type of H tag. Add anchor element, we did that. We added an anchor element. That's the link here. A link is called an anchor element. An anchor tag is a hyperlink. can you put image there? All right, we'll do the image. Once you tell me what color you want, we'll do that. So yeah, so we'll keep this here. And I actually have a great image to use. Let me just go through all my files here. Sorry, didn't want to cough into the mic, but all right, so I'm going to copy this, paste it into our web tutorial image folder, and I'm just going to call this background. Now this is an image from my game I'm making called Where We Live, so I'm going to add this, and the great thing is you can use PNG files, so if you have a transparent background, this actually doesn't right now, but we'll worry about all that later. So we're going to add this image in right here, in between the header that we made and the footer. I'm sorry. So we're going to type in img. Oops, no, img. Ah, crap. There we go. href images background. Alright, so if all we type in is that, you can see it spaced it out, but nothing happened. So take a sec to figure out what you think is wrong. And the reason, so this is an image tag. It's getting the href. It knows where to look, but it doesn't know what it is, you know. And actually we used the wrong href. So what we also need to do is we need an alt tag, and I'll go over what an alt tag is. We're going to need a height and all of that too, and this is actually supposed to be source. That's why it didn't show up, my bad. There we go. So now this image showed up huge, and what we're going to do is if we make this big, you can see that the text and the tutorial header thing also stays in the center. It's responsive to screen size, but the image isn't, and there is a way to fix that. And the way we can do that is we can actually, and we're not gonna, so what we can do here, and again I'm gonna go back through CSS, I just want to go through the basic HTML. So basically what we're gonna do here is we're gonna come in, let's go to our HTML, let's find our image, and we are going to add a class. Now there are two types of ways to do this. You can make an ID or you can make a class, and a class will allow you to change styles for this specific class, and anything that this class is attached to, it'll change that. If we use ID, that won't be carried through all of our documents, and since this is a background, we want a class. So we're going to call this class background image, and then if we come into, we're going to save that, and we come into styles, and let's move this, let's actually add a comment, which is slash star slash, and we're going to say background styles. Most likely this will be the only one we use, but it's helpful. We'll add a comment up here too, and I'll go through what everything else means, and you got to make sure you close that comment or else everything will be commented out, as you can see. So we're going to call this main styles. Alright, so we're going to go back down here under our background styles, and we're going to paste background image, and we're going to add a period before it. That period tells the CSS file, hey, this is a class. And if you put a hash, that would mean an ID telling it, hey, there's an ID on this page and we want to access it. So we're going to do the same setup here, and the background image, we're going to text align center, and even though this isn't text, it'll act the same. So you won't see it now, but Come on, refresh. Refresh. Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot display block. Now it should work. Why aren't you working? You pain in the ass. Is that it? Is that what's wrong? There it is. All right. Margin had to be set to auto. My bad. That's my bad. Which means do we need this? See, little simple things you'll forget, and you can use W3 schools for that to help you out. Alright, yes, we do need the display block. I just wanted to make sure so I'm not telling you pointless information. So keep all of those, and there we go. It'll stay in the center. Now we can make this cover the whole page, but we aren't going to worry about that right now. So this isn't going to scale because it has a fixed width and height, and there is a way to fix that by adding width auto, height auto, and if we refresh this, it won't scale. And the reason is we haven't given it a place to scale in. I will be going over that shortly. Alright, let me check this too. Okay. So this won't scale. There are multiple ways to fix this. However, one way is to simply go in here and type in height equals, or I'm sorry, quotes and width with quotes. And we could come in here, and if we find the file and we see that it is, my mouse is being weird. Come on, dimensions load. It's not going to show them there. 1528 by 1048. Now we can just 1528 divided by 2, and we can do 764. And we can do 1048, and then again you can just divide that in half, which makes it super easy. 524. And if we save this, refresh this. Oh right, we changed it in here. My bad. Man, I turned into a big mess. I was doing good, and then this happened. This happened. There we go, and that's now changed. Hello, what's up? What's up? What's up? So this now will stay fixed, but it'll always stay center, which is really helpful. Now, what we can do is we can go back, we can change this to auto, and if we change this to max width 100%, save. Now it scales. So now we have a scaling image that's now responsive with whatever the screen size is. Now this isn't the best way to make your website responsive. It's just a good starting point for newbies, and we can also do the same thing with our H1 tag we can make the max width go in here. Oops. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Max font size, I think, or put it in a div. There's many ways we can do it. I'm not going to worry about it now. In the H1 line, add. Well, okay. So the way that'll work is we're not going to use one H1 to do that, because that won't work. You can't just add 3 in one H1. It's not going to work. So basically what you have to do is, the best way is to make one table with 1, 2, 3. Wait, how many? Oh, okay, 4. You want 4. So there would be a table with 4 columns, and then you would align the table center. You would align everything in the columns center, and then you would put A tags on each one. I'm going to do a custom one that's just 3. Keep it nice and simple. But we have an image here, which doesn't do anything. Now an alt tag, which we left blank here, is if you run this through a validator, it's going to say, hey, there's no alt tag. So you want to at least have this. Now an SEO trick is to add something here, something related to the page. So I could type in where we live background, and that will help with SEO. And that will also, if I highlight this, I don't think it'll work because I don't have that activated, but you can make it, I'm sorry, you can make it so it gives you a tooltip of what it is, but it's good that it doesn't. But if we inspect this, oh, the alt tag, it didn't save and refresh. Yep, there, the alt tag's there now. But let's see, change the image pixel. Yep, did that. All right. Whew. Sorry. So under YouTube tutorial, and this will be the last part to the stream, and then I will continue in another day. We're going to create a table. Oops. So a table. Oops. God damn it. Alright, a table has multiple types of tags, and there is TR, there is TD, there is T title, I think is one, and we're going to be using 2 of them, TD and TR. So oops, TD, and then so that is TR, hello, and we need to fix, oh wait, did I do that? Oops. Oh, what's going on here? TR and oh crap, shit. TR. So table row, and then each one of these is table column. I don't know why it's TD, but it's basically a column. So if we put 3 of these, and we come in here, and we come down here, and we make a comment at the bottom back here, and we type in nav bar styles, and we save that. And I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to give this a class of nav bar, and then we have a class to work with in here, nav bar and we can again display block and margin auto, and max width is 100%, and we'll just keep it at that for now. And then we can do .navbar trtd, and what this means is we are going to be targeting the columns inside of this table. So we have to say table, the rows, and then within those rows the columns. And so here we can say color white, and if we save this and we refresh this, oops, I gotta save this too, don't I? There we go. So we have our three hellos. Now we can change these, obviously, and we can put text align center, and we can margin auto, oops, I've got to put this why isn't that working? Sometimes, oops, crap. Sometimes things take a little bit of playing with. Crap, why isn't that updating? What? Why isn't this working? Oh, I bet that's it. I bet that was messing things up. Oh, duh. God damn. I just realized what I was doing wrong. Alright. Let's just keep that like that for now. We need to edit the navbar tr as well. And we need to text align center. And that probably won't work until this is in here as well. Ooh. There we go. Alright, so it's really not it's not really complicated at all. I haven't explained CSS at all, so it probably looks overwhelming, but it's actually really easy once you learn, although I have been doing it for like 10 years, but even when I first started, it's super easy to just grab a book and learn it. But the reason it's complicated is because I just complicated it by being lost for a sec. But it's really not bad at all. I know it looks a little overwhelming, but it's really not. It's not. Cool. So let's go to this. Oops, why is Photoshop open? We're not going to be using that for a while. Okay, that's what I want. There we go. So I can see the comments. All right. So we've got these here, and what we're going to want is some space in between our background image. Even though it's not in the background right now, it's technically not in the back of the page, it's just an image stuck here, which we can fix later. But if we type in this, oops, there we go. Wasn't refreshing for some reason. Opening br/ and then close it. and it's a break tag, and it adds like a line of space, and we can actually, if we want, we can do this a whole bunch, save it, and refresh. Why isn't my keys aren't working for that now? My refresh, which is really annoying because save works, but this isn't. Anyway, so yeah, this image technically isn't in the background yet, but we'll worry about that in the future because that gets into a little more complicated CSS. And I don't want to do that to you right now, so we can also add some cell padding here. Oop. There we go. And if we just type in 2 pixels and refresh this, you can see they spaced a little bit. But what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to do padding left and padding right, and we want them to be the same values so they are equal. So let's just start with 2 pixels just as an example. Alright, so 10 and 10. There we go. So those are spaced out. We're going to space them more, we're going to make them bigger. So let's make them 20 and 20. Oops. And then refresh this, and we've got a lot of space to work with. We're going to come down here and font size, and let's make them 16 pixels. Oh, come on. Why are you being such a pain in the ass? Do I have to do it up here? Or is that the default on this? There we go. Yeah, that was the default. My bad. Alright, so let's move that back down there. Now, what you can also use, and what is kind of a standard now, is to say 1 pt, which means 1 point. And as you can see, it made it tiny. But I'll go into what those are in a little bit. So, yeah. We're just going to stick with pixels, keep things simple. And actually we're going to make them a lot bigger. There we go. That's probably good. Actually a little smaller, I think. 22 maybe. Yeah, that'll look better. And we're going to change the names of these. Home. And about us. And contact. My stepfather last week hacked the bank and stole out 2.5 mil, but he didn't want to learn me to hack because I need to learn this solo. This country is so bad. Huh. Crazy. Alright, so these lines look like crap, don't they? It's an easy way to fix this, and that is to just simply give them their own TD. If we refresh this, see how much better that looks? We take this, oops. Don't use spaces. If you use spaces, you're a terrible person. I'm just kidding. Alright, so we've got these and they scale, but the font size doesn't scale with it. And we'll fix that later. There's some tricks to doing that. None of our text scales right now. It all stays big. But it's fine. It's fine at this size for now. Now we have to add A tags to all of these. And then once we add A tags, then we're really booming here. And A tag, and A tag. Now, like we did before, when we refresh, come on, refresh. Oh yeah, we have to add, my bad, href. Now we've got hands and underlines. Now if we don't want these underlines, we can come in here. We can come down to, we can take this right here and we can paste it and then hit A and say text decoration none. Save that, refresh, and then any A tags that are within a column, that are within a row, that are within a nav bar won't have underlines, but they are still clickable, as you can see. And if we come back here, we can actually make this one index.html, because that is our home page. This goes to the home page, the YouTube tutorial header goes to the home page, and the home button goes to the home page. Do you know how to hack something big? Avoid that question. See, if I say anything, people are going to say no. They're not going to believe me because of the hacker test challenge thing that I did. You know, the game I played that everyone freaked out about, saying that I'm a shitty programmer and stuff because I couldn't play a game. But I mean, I know how to hack things. I wouldn't ever hack something big because that's not good. So we can make all of these. We can do about HTML. We don't need the S. And then we can do contact HTML. And if we refresh or save this and refresh, we got new links. And if I click about, it doesn't work. But right here you can say get, so our links work. And what we can do here is, and what I usually do to get a starting place, is I'll take this index, I'll paste it twice, and I will say about, and I will say contact. And there we go. Now we have pages for each one of these. And as you can see up here in the web bar, we got home, about, and contact. And I'm actually going to delete the about and contact. I always like to finish the main page. If you finish the home page, then you can, there we go. Then you can copy and paste it, and you've got a nice big template to work with on every other page. So it saves a lot of time. So yeah, so in here we've got a nice custom home page with some other pages that we can click to, and we have a button at the bottom that will open a new tab to my YouTube channel, or won't open a tab. I forgot to, we can fix that though. We can come down here and we can add a target blank, and we save that, and we come back here. And now if we click this link, it opens in a new tab, and it also makes that tag active. And you can see I've got all my videos here. I got my, of course, very popular hacking challenge, 128,000 views now. Yeah, so that is basically basic HTML and CSS. In the next video, I'll go over the next stream. I will probably go over CSS a lot more, because as you can see, we went over a lot of HTML. I'll answer more questions next time, and but you can see there's a whole bunch of stuff here that is kind of, you know, I haven't explained it. And we'll go over that next time. So thank you everybody for joining me. It's been fun. It's been a good time. So I like doing these tutorials over live, because then I can, you know, give you you know, help and answer your questions and stuff. What program are you using? This program is called Brackets. You can find it by going to brackets.io, and it's free. It works on pretty much any operating system. Yeah, so Brackets, it's really good. once you get the hang of it, it's really nice. So did you have Unity video that I learned? Do you mean like the game engine, like Unity down here? You should be able to, yeah, go for it. You can use sites to do that. I mean, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind getting credit if you share it. But yeah, and please subscribe and like this video if you haven't. Does anybody have any questions before I go? Yeah, I can do a video on basic Unity. That should work. It'll have to be pretty basic because if I did like how to make a full game, take a long time. But I can definitely show you how to bring in assets, how to align things, how to make things work. You know, make a small first person running around. Stuff like that. So I could definitely come up with some sort of tutorial there later on. That would be, yeah, that'd be good too. I'll probably do some Photoshop tutorials as well. But I'll be doing a lot of other stuff too. I don't want to just be the tutorial guy, you know. I do a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm also going to be doing some gaming soon as well. And yeah, so good stuff. Good stuff. I'm probably going to be streaming Crash Bandicoot basic hacking video. So the reason I can't do that is, first of all, hacking is illegal. And if I publicly broadcast me hacking, that could incriminate me. Especially if I'm teaching someone to hack. Even if I'm attempting to hack somebody, it's illegal. So I really can't do that unless I did some ethical hacking videos, which I could maybe come up with something. Maybe like some Wi-Fi cracking or something. Because I can crack into my own Wi-Fi using my... I have 2 internet connections, so maybe I could do that. Alright, it looks like that is everybody. So I guess I will, oh, I'm a graphic designer. I love designing, and now I want to learn Unity to create games. So it'd be a pleasure for me if you create some basic video. Thank you. Yeah, I'll go over that. I'll go over the game I'm making too and kind of show you that. And then we can do one from scratch where I kind of show you what's going on. Alexander Magnuson. What is going on? What are you coding? This is just a basic website tutorial for HTML. Friend of my father is breakdown on big web page in my country on 24-hour. This is how this guy learns to hack something big. Cool. And actually, Alexander, what really sucks is my stream's just about to end. Actually, I was just ending it now. Alright, I'm going to save all this stuff and shut it on down. Oops. Alright, everybody, I'm going to leave now. So it was a great stream. Thank you all for coming by. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your interest in more videos. I'm going to be doing some Overwatch gameplay and some Crash Bandicoot gameplay, and then I'll do some computer stuff. And I feel like I'm kind of like labeled as a hacker now, which is really strange. Everybody seems to think I'm this big hacker because of the hacker test video, and that's not what I want to be remembered for. That's not what my channel's about. I don't mind doing stuff like that once in a while, but I don't want everyone to think that's all I do. And yeah, so anyway, I'll figure that out. I'll figure out my life, I guess. But thank you all for stopping by, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one.